Hey, we are in day 7 in guidance. This is Will from New Steps Foundation, and I want to give you some information. But first, before I give you some information, I just want to say thank you for being here with us. We are at day 7. Day 7. Can you believe it? Day 7. So today we're going over developing good study habits. Developing good study habits is very good because right now you're in school, and I know school can be tough, and I know school can be one of those things where you dread going, where you dread being there, where you dread the halls, where you dread talking to your teachers, and you dread being talked at, and it's just on and on and on and on. But I'm here to encourage you so you can be able to get the grades that you need to have and get the grades so you can be able to have your name called over the PA system. Why is that important? Because the things that you do in high school, middle school, carries over. So middle school carries over to high school carries over to college. What does that mean? That means that the grades you get now will determine like far as the things or the gifts that is given to you later. So gifts meaning like scholarships, meaning like honor roll, which also increases your money value on your Pell Grant and things that you receive from the school and other schools and colleges and so on and so on. So you want to be in the seat, in the driver's seat of excellence. You want to be in the seat of driver's seat of excellence because so you can be able to get those additional funds, get those additional money that you need so you can be able to go to college and not have your parents take care of it. It'll be a good thing where you can be prideful. Not prideful. Let's not use that term. Where you can be grateful for the things that you're about to receive because you're going to make a transition. What transition? You're going to start getting the grades that you need to get so you can be able to get to the next stage, so you can be able to carry on. So if you're in 9th grade, it carries over to 10th grade, so on and so on. So why is it good to have good study habits? Good study habits can lead to good grades. Good study habits can lead to being selected for things around school. Good study habits can be led to increasing your GPA. So it's all about what is it that you're looking for, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So the first thing I want to know is, where do you go about studying? Do you go in the living room? Do you sit on the couch? Do you go in the kitchen? Do you sit at the table? Do you go in your room and sit in your bed? After that, I would say, when you're going to these places, if you're going to let's say for your room per se, right? You're going in your room, you're studying. How often do you get distracted and begin to do other things? How often do you get distracted and stop doing your homework or stop studying? So it is good to have a place where you can go that is quiet, a place where there's not a lot of traffic. So you can be able to study, lock in on what you need to do, the tasks that you need to have. So if it's math, I know you need to break down the formulas, study the formulas. You can have quiet time, have your study notes, and be able to go down that line of how to break down this problem so you can be able to understand it. Not only understand it, but be able to tell somebody else how they can understand it. So it's all about what I learned and also what they can learn. So like when you're having that quiet time, are you going to invest in what you really need to invest in? So if it's reading, if you need to read those chapters, it's best to have a quiet place so you don't be distracted and your mind is going every which way. So you need that time, right? You need that. So if you see me look down, I just want to let you know, I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure that we go over this point by point. I want to make sure that you get everything out of this video because, again, this is guidance, right? I want to make sure that we give you guidance on how to study, okay? So I was going to go into the next point, but I feel like it would be best to stay right here in the quiet time. So what are you doing in your quiet time? Make sure you have your phone notifications off. Make sure you have your social media notifications off. Why? I'm not trying to hinder you from social media communication or anything and have you a loner and being, away from everybody else. I'm saying that when you study. When you need to read your chapters, read your chapters. When you need to do your formulas for math, history, however you need to do it. But any distractions that you have is going to take you off what you need to invest in. Have in your quiet time blocks. I'm going to do 25 minutes of reading. I'm going to take 5-minute break. I'm going to do 25 minutes or more reading. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. It is things like that you can be able to do in your quiet time. So next in your process of good study habits is like what we were just saying, take regular breaks. Have a break into your schedule. Have a break into, okay, I'm going to go hard for 25 minutes and I'm going to break. Now, whatever you do in that break is whatever you do in that break. But I would like for you to do something active. Do something active so you can get your mind going and so you can be able to think about it. You take a 5-minute walk. That could be going outdoors, going to the end of your driveway and coming back. Go do it again. If it's not 5 minutes, go do it again. Now, if your driveway is long, then that's good for you. Just go down your driveway and come back. So take a break in your intervals, because what happens is when you do that, it just gets your mind going. It just gets you thinking about what am I reading? Is this information? I know it's helpful, but how do I apply it? How do I go about applying this information so when I go to class, I can be able to get the grade that I'm looking for, not the grade that I dread, So things like that. And next, I would say, have a small goal. Why? So if your thing is to read this chapter for this day, right? So you can be able to be prepared for the next class, whatever study material they give you. The one thing I would say, write the goal down. So if the goal is the chapter 1, I need to read chapter 1, right? And then make my notes. So my goal would be read chapter 1, break chapter. So if chapter 1 has 10 pages, right? If you're a speed reader, make sure that you have a notepad beside you so you can go through your speed reading, get your chapters done. Get that chapter done, and then immediately don't get up and just walk away. Don't take your 5 minutes. So you need to go about transitioning to your notepad. What did I learn in this chapter? How did this chapter benefit me? What is it that I need to take out? What is the meat? What is the potatoes? What do I need to take out of this chapter to be able to apply this information? Now, the next thing is, once you take your break, once you go about your business, and then that day is over, the next day, we need to review our notes. As this information is helpful. What do I need? What do I don't need? What do I need to take away? What do I need to add? Do I need to go back and refer back to the chapter? Maybe I didn't understand something. Maybe I missed something. Okay, cool. Because remember, you speed read, or if you're just one of those who likes to read and just takes everything, all the minerals out of this chapter that I, just read, then that's good. There's nothing wrong with speed reading. There's nothing wrong with reading slow. It's just how you process information. So that would be the thing I would say. How do you process information? Ask yourself this. Okay, so how do I read? What are my good study habits? What is the best study habits that I have? So is it best for me to study as soon as I get home? I would say yes, because it's best for you to study as soon as you get home. So the rest of the day you can have, and you can be able to have no issues with parent, have no issues with your guardian of saying, hey, did you study? I did study. As soon as I got home, that was the first thing I did, right? So I know I went off subject on that, but I felt like you needed that. So the thing that I would say, as far as when you're setting that small goal, now we need to break that small goal into something that I need to manage, right? Okay, so my goal is to read this one chapter, and the small things that I need to do to achieve that goal is, okay, is this a long chapter? Do I need to break this up into sections? Okay, I'm gonna read for a certain section of it, then I'm gonna stop, take a break, then I'm gonna read again, right? That's what we was talking about earlier, taking your breaks. Then next we're gonna take our notes. We're gonna review our notes. If the notes help, then I need to go back to the chapter, read over that chapter again, and then put more notes that I did need or I'd missed, and I need to add it in there. So I ask you today is that if this information helped you, I ask you today to go about letting me know in the comments down below, letting me know like what did I miss, what do I need to add, and I can, instead of going to the next video, a part of this series, I can definitely go about getting you some more information on this subject or topic, and you can say, hey, I need help on this particular area about studying. Cool.